Now, when you're dealing with longer documents, it's always a good idea to add a table of contents, or not always, but typically a good idea to help people navigate around the document as best they can. And this is especially important in a printed document. Of course, you know this. If you've ever picked up a book, especially a reference book, something like that, you want a table of contents so you see what is this chapter going to be about. VTC does it for their tutorials. You know what modules are coming down the road. You look at the table of contents, you're able to see, oh, I see this chapter is about formatting text, this chapter is about working with long documents, and so on. Well, Word 2007 makes it very, very easy to insert a table of contents based on the text that you've already created. So, for example, we'll take once again just a 6-page document with the Magna Carta, and I've added some headings and so on to the document. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the References tab, and I have a table of contents grouping that I use, of course, to add a table of contents to the document. Now before I do that, I might want to do some other housekeeping things. For example, I don't want my table of contents just to be inserted into the middle of the document here. I typically want them on my own page. So before I do that, I'm going to go to the Insert tab. I'm going to insert a blank page there. And it inserts a blank page at the insertion point. So if I do Control Home, I'm there. And I might not want these to be a title formatting here or title style. So let me just go back to my Styles gallery and click on Normal. Now I'm ready to add my table of contents. So here we are at the References tab once again. Table of Contents grouping. And bingo, automatic table 1, automatic table 2. I have a couple in my gallery here, a manual table. So with automatic table 2, for example, I'll choose, and with a single click, I add that table to my document, just like that. So table of contents, here we go, the Magna Carta, 1, 2, 3, 3A. Now, why are these chosen? Well, those aren't just random entries, 1, 2, 3, and 3A. Those are taken from the headings that I have. So as you set your styles, as you configure this word to be a heading, that word to be a heading, and so on, it is automatically, those are the fields, or those are the things that the fields in the table look for as they build the automatic table of contents. So there's 3A, and that is heading 2, and that is why it appears, if I go Control Home, as a subgrouping under 3. So once again, you can see that all these things are fields. Let me navigate down a little further and add another one here. Instead of 3A, let's just add 4. And let's format it now as heading 1, and then go back up to my table. Now it's not changed yet, but it will as soon as I update the table. And that will include any text that I change as well. So if I change 1 to section numero uno, something like that, and go back up to my table, select it, the whole thing is a table, update the table, I can also use my references tab here to do the same command. So let me update the table now, and now it adds section numero uno, number uno, and it adds this 4 heading as well. So as you can see, it can be very, very simple to add a table of contents quickly based on the formatting that you've already used. And then of course, making changes, you can use that button there. You can use this button here to change, make your minor changes, or you can insert a manual table. A manual table, though, does not include these easy updates, like you said, like we saw earlier. We have to manually change the contents of the table. So that's the one I least recommend. And of course, if you want to remove the table of contents, change your mind about the table of contents, just click on the Remove button down here.